In the spirit of starting with British first.
Yeah.
You know, instead of the America First initiative, we'll start with Britain first. So, this young fella has decided to go into the FCDO, which is basically the same as
Do we know
the
what
UK's.
Do we know what that actually stands for?
Fauci's Criminal Department of Operations.
I want to know. FCDO. FCDO.
Federal.
Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office
Oh, yeah.
of the UK government.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it does say it there, first title.
Oops.
So, they've been dishing out taxpayer money on woke bollocks. 1.5 million was allocated for a project aimed at promoting gender equality in Nigeria.
This is the government's money, by the way.
Yeah, it's our mine and your money. I mean, I've not given 1.5 million to them, but you know,
You chipped in.
I paid a big whack to the cunts today. Let's pay me tax bill. Hell's teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stung, did that. Anyway, workshops on gender identity and sexual orientation in fucking Nigeria, where these cunts have got slaves digging for cobalt. But what's more important than the slaves digging for cobalt is that they all know which gender identity orientation they are.
Yeah, should we get them dust masks?
No, fuck
No.
that. They need to learn about gender.
Yeah.
Fucking unbelievable. They then went on to spend 2 million on climate justice initiative in India, focusing on climate activism than on more on climate activism than practical solutions for sustainable development. This funding supported non-government organisations pushing for aggressive climate policies, often at odds with local economic needs. That doesn't sound right for woke, does it?
So, climate justice in India. So, India's the biggest polluter in the world, I think, isn't it? Or is China? And India's...
China and then India, I think.
Yeah.
There's not much in it.
So,
Both
if
third
anyone's
world.
fucking up the world,
Yeah.
it's them guys, and we're sending them over 2 million for climate justice.
Yeah, but we're also sending them £2 million for climate justice, whilst they also have a fucking space program. You know,
Yeah, they're like booming economy. Aren't they?
yeah, they've got the biggest fucking metals economy in the world at the minute.
Right.
India dominates the metals economy.
Right.
All of our scrap goes there. Fucking, it's unreal.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Mm.
For the first one, I read that wrong before because I just think everything's about trans, which it probably is. But in Nigeria, gender equality. All right, we shouldn't be spending money at the minute because the country's fucked.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with a bit of gender equality. Like, let's give the girls a job.
Yeah. But to be fair, you want 50-50 in that fucking slave prison, don't you? That's a good point, Dan. I hadn't thought of that.
You know,
Equal rights for equal slaves.
yeah. If you're going to have 8-year-olds working, they want to be equal. You know.
Yeah.
So
An
fair.
8-year-old should do the same amount of hours as a pregnant woman in the cobalt fucking mine as a slave.
Yeah. All right. Well, I see your point. But I read it as...
But it's good. It's money well spent. £1.5 million on that kind of
yeah,
shite.
I wonder how they're getting on with that.
I imagine that it probably went to the coffers of some fucking giant cobalt mine.
It ain't going fucking nowhere, is it?
Is it? Fuck.
It ain't going nowhere. Okay. So, gender equality in...
Yeah. I mean,
Nigeria.
I think there's like 15 or 20 of these. He had a precursory look, this guy.
Well, just read the little bits, next,
Okay.
third one down.
So we'll go with number 4.
Oh, okay.
Number 3 doesn't.
Well, it's pretty mental.
Yeah, it is. Actually, it's all fucking ridiculous. Jeez, right, okay, so there has been £800,000 UK pounds spent on diversity inclusion programmes in Kenya, where funds were used to create school curricula that emphasises gender theory over actual education. The move sparked controversy among locals, questioning the relevance to their cultural values. Fucking no shit. We do the same shit here.
Yeah.
Fucking unreal.
Yeah. Them guys ain't affording...
Imagine that you've just come out of the fucking Sahara Desert somewhere. You're being reintroduced to, like, Western civilization, and then you've got some fucking clown throwing around cash and pink hair.
Yeah.
Telling you, actually, your penis doesn't mean that you're a boy, little boy.
Yeah. You know, yeah. They come out of the
Fucking ridiculous.
come out of. I mean, I'm sure it's not in the outskirts. It will be in the cities, but come out of your hut.
Yeah, that's if it's actually being spent on that and it's not just fucking diverted there and given to some royal,
Yeah.
Which is probably the most likely scenario.
Yeah. Just hire one white guy.
Yeah, to be the royal.
Yeah. To lick your ass. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, could be questioned that's a waste of money. Next.
Could. Just could. Yeah. Number 4, we can't heat pensioners' homes, but the FCDO still found £3 million for a global campaign against hate speech, which is a guise for censoring views contrary to progressive ideals. These include funding for organisations that advocate for speech restrictions. That's scary. That is really scary.
Yeah, Keir will have his finger right.
Yeah,
on
fucking
that
right. He has his fucking fingerprints all over it, doesn't it? Number 5, it gets worse, don't worry. On the woke propaganda front, £750,000 was used for a transgender rights project in South America, funding workshops and public awareness campaigns. And what the fuck?
Rather than aid,
and especially basic healthcare and education services are underfunded. Yeah, it just... This is a good one. They allocated £1 million for the alphabet squash people in the Middle East, a region where such initiatives and fucking where such initiatives could provoke backlash rather than promote rights, highlighting a disconnect between Western ideals, they're not Western ideals for a start, they're woke ideals, and local realities. This one,
so pushing LGBT stuff. In the Middle East.
Yeah.
Middle East is
in the Middle East, where they're known for their LGBTQI plus Zims.
Yeah, like what are they paying for it? A high-rise building to throw them off?
No, it's to pay for the rocks to throw at them. They bring wagon loads of rocks.
Extra heavy rocks.
Yeah. Lead-lined.
Fucking ridiculous.
It's to pay for the lead rocks that they throw at them out of guns.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking unbelievable.
I just seen Hannah pop over to the door to look at ice cream because she'll be listening going, what the fuck?
Fuck are these two retards on about? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It just... there's none of them get any better. So, like, £5 million was funneled into the Green New Deal for Africa project, focusing on policy advocacy for drastic carbon reduction, overshadowing the needs for energy across which could improve quality of life through reliable electricity. In an ironic twist, while the UK struggles with its own energy crisis, £4 million went towards renewable advocacy in the southeast of Asia, promoting solar and wind projects that are simply not viable without subsidies, essentially exporting a domestic policy failure.
What is it? What are we doing? We're risking blackouts.
Well, it's coercion. Well, yeah, I've heard from a few people now that we're on the verge of blackouts in the UK.
Well, they were threatened a couple of weeks ago, weren't they, in Manchester and stuff. So it's coming because we had.
Luckily, we're close to Heysham.
Yeah, because they had a point, didn't they, where we just got really low on something. We ended up paying top dollar for gas and something else.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Like we got ripped off. Not ripped off big time, but we fucked ourselves over a little bit because we have the bad store. We don't have good stores. We got really close to having none for a little while.
Oh, good.
So we paid big money.
Yeah.
To get some in.
That doesn't sound like good planning.
No. Well, we were skint because we'd paid for Thailand, a windmill in Thailand, apparently.
Oh, how do we? That's good.
Southeast Asia, I don't know.
Yeah. Where they're really in need of fucking wind and solar projects.
All this stuff, well, not the gender shit, but all this stuff, if you're a booming economy,
yeah,
okay, let's go.
No, not even them. Not even that. Especially not when we have the level of corruption that we clearly fucking do in this country.
Yeah. Well, with them, but if we didn't have that, we'd probably have a booming economy.
Well, yeah.
Just going out and helping other people develop is cool.
Yeah.
But not when you're
at the detriment of your own people, when you can't even subsidise heating for pensioners.
Yeah. If the pensions,
if we get to a point where we as a country can pay fully for every pensioner's heating, at that point you go, right, okay, we've got a surplus. Let's go and help other countries.
Yeah.
That is when you get to the point of when you've got taken care of the most vulnerable. That's when you can go and help the rest of the fucking world.
Yeah.
Instead of being a shining beacon of fucking hypocrisy.
Everyone's nursing home, I'd like to see that. I mean,
yeah.
You can get that funded, though, I think, can't you? But they're not very good.
Yeah, well, not many nursing homes are very good, are they?
No.
They're fucking horrible places to end up.
Yeah, they are. It's one thing England's really lost its way on.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it? Is we don't take in our elderly like other countries.
Yeah. It's a dying shame.
But I do like having a spare room to get changed in.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and it's a fair point.
My mum listens to the podcast. She'll be so pissed off.
You hope you've been saving up, Catherine.
Yeah. I like having a dressing room.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, it is a good point. They do it all over the world, don't they? They look after the elderly, and we don't. As a not as a rule. A lot of us don't.
Yeah.
Get shipped off, don't they?
True.
It's sad.
Big money in them as well.
Big money. It's like £1,000 a week, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All your mortgage is gone.
Get shouted at by some Vietnamese chick.
Abused.
Yeah. Fucking horrendous.
I mean, I know they'll cost a lot.
Yeah, it won't be a cheap facility to run.
No. But it's sad. It must be sad. You go through life and you lose your wife or your husband eventually.
Yeah.
And then you end up in there. And once you get sat in there, if you're still of sound mind, that's it then. You're sort of on the countdown, aren't you?
Yeah.
Some people might like it. If you're in a good one, they might be like, well, I'll be lonely if I go.
Apparently these guys are fucking.
All right.
So I've heard. How true it is, I don't know.
Right.
But I'm not excited to find out. You know?
Yeah.
To get to a point in life where they don't give a fuck, so they're just going fuck.
Well, hey.
You know?
Go if that's the way you're going to go out.
It's like, you know how like little white bags are all the fucking rage and commodity in Garstang now? Like, apparently in nursing homes it's all little blue pills.
Right. Yeah. Fair play.
Yeah.
Fucking go for it.
10 points.
At that point.
Get your end away, son.
Yeah.
KY gel and fucking blue pills.
And a woman. If she's there.
Well, if there is one, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
And then they all forget about it at night and wake back up.
And then the whole
charade starts again.
Nice to meet you, love. You just move in, did you?
Grim.
Yeah.
Hey, good on him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Back to the point, I guess.
Where were we? Something to do with Keir Starmer.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a dick. Yeah, spending, just seeing that money leave the country for that sort of shit.
Obscene. Absolutely
Why?
outrageous.
Fucking crazy, innit?
Yeah.
But these are the things, we spoke about it the other week. That is not what anyone votes for. These are the decisions I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, because if that was put to a populist vote, it would never pass.
No.
So I don't understand why politicians think that it's okay to do.
Yeah. These are crazy decisions. That, you know, when governments were first started, they will. I'm assuming for a little while they only made decisions about that country, and then obviously as things get wider, bigger,
yeah. As we moved into like a global world,
yeah. But it's very
they
bizarre.
probably started in like the late 1500s.
Yeah, Yeah. Even they start going around.
Yeah.
Very bizarre though that just people get to take our tax money. Like after just all that's listed there, 10 million.
Yeah.
Overall.
Oh, way more.
Yeah.
We were knocking on the door of 20 million.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's not huge in the big grand scheme of things, but shit, we don't. None of us would. No.
Takes half of the population to give the government £1
What do you mean?
to get that money together. It's a fucking lot of people need to give £1.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
It's a shitload of people.
Yeah. And they're just going, thank you, we're going to spend it on...
we're going to absolutely fucking throw this all away now, thank you.
Yeah, we're going to go into the Middle East and try to teach them about trans.
It's definitely got nothing to do with black operations down there. Definitely not got anything to do with that. Don't even mention it, boys.
Well...
It's definitely to do with giving Nigerians fucking gender orientation classes.
That ain't going on one fucking lesson.
Is it? Fuck.
Straight into someone's... Like it's a bribe.
100% it is.
And I know we'll get into it later again, but just the shit coming out of America, we're gonna find out some stuff about our country as well.
Yeah.
Is the mental stuff our money's going on in it.
Absolutely fucking wild.
Where we are, great news on money though. Another positive for Kia. He's just sorted us all out. It just brought into effect the 1p tax cut on pints in the pub.
What a legend. What a fucking legend.
So
I've been desperate for that extra fucking penny back.
Pints are now £5.49
Mint.
in wherever we come from.
Sorry, I don't even make that an hour, so you know.
Right.
After tax.
I saw a headline, 1p tax cut. All the pub landlords are really happy. I'm like, are they? Are they really happy?
Yeah, all the pub landlords rejoice.
So every night, if you sell 100 pints in like a typical local pub, I don't know how much they'll sell.
No idea.
Let's say it's 200, £2. £2 save. So if you wait a whole week, it's 14 quid in your back pocket.
It's a lot of money at the end of the year, though, isn't it? You know, it's knocking on for 500 quid, that. I mean, come on, Dan.
I mean, just, you know, they were saying that fantastic.
It's knocking on for 700 quid a year.
Yeah.
It's big dues, is that?
Big dues, yeah. All that'll happen is the breweries will just go...
It means that you can keep one extra staff on and pay their fucking NHS insurance money.
Oh, yeah, because the national insurance gone up anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he'll
By £700 a person.
Give and fucking take.
Fucking well done, Keir.
Give
Cheers,
and
mate.
take.
Legend.
1p off a pint, I thought. God,
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
It's good to be English.